So the question is, how long does it take to convert online leads? Well, now, everyone wants quick wins, of course. If we could get multi-million-dollar listings served to us on a silver platter, we would all want that. But that's just unfortunately not how it works. Real estate has one of the longest sales cycles out of any business out there. Think about it. When someone needs a locksmith, they go on Google, they search locksmiths in my city. They find a locksmith, they call them, and they pay them. That sales cycle is almost as short as it possibly can be. Most businesses are actually like that. If you think about food, if you think about home services, emergency services, stuff like that, it's pretty immediate. But with real estate, it's just a really long sales cycle. Someone might start looking today and they might buy a home in a year, and that's really common. That's what we're dealing with in this industry. But I want to give you some averages of what I see of working with many different clients. Now, before I get into the timelines, I want to talk about where these leads are coming from. So the majority of our spend has been on Google. We now also do Facebook ads for our clients to create an omnipresent approach. So we generate leads from both Google, Facebook, Google Performance Max, which show up all over different websites. But more or less, we're generating these leads from digital sources, people searching for real estate, people who are browsing social media. But more or less, when you start out with online lead generation, this is how I would break it down. I break it down to start in 4-month chunks. So more or less, your first 2 months are like getting your first leads, having your first conversations, setting up the system, learning the conversion process, learning scripts of how to talk to people and get the most out of those conversations to get over their objections. And this is a skill you need with offline leads or online leads or any kind of leads. You need to know how to talk to people. That's just fundamental stuff. With our clients, we build a conversion system. It's a task-based workflow with personalized videos to actually just deliver value to people, right? Because if you think about it, like at the fundamental level, what do people actually want? Well, buyers just want to see properties that fit their criteria, and sellers want to know what their home's worth and what they can get for it and how are there things they can do to get more for it. More or less, that's what they want. So the first couple of months is kind of, I would say, like learning the ropes a little. Month 2 to 4 is usually where we find people get their first deal. So that's when you kind of get your first deal, maybe sign under contract. Month 4 to 8 is where you start getting your money back. So you're ROI positive in that time. Usually that's where people start to get, a few deals done, and all of a sudden they pass the break-even mark and now they're in the green and they're feeling good. That's when you can start to scale things up a little bit. Month 8 to 12 is where you can really look at like 3 to 6xing your investment. We have some clients who've done $200,000, $300,000, $400,000 in their first year with this. In some cases, they do $100K. It just depends on the skill level of that agent, how hard they're working. It depends on a lot of different factors, but usually in that kind of 8 to 12 month, that's where you really start seeing a good return. So the 12 to 24 month mark is what I call conversion central. Now, this is where you start to see leads that you generated a year ago converting. And if you've done your job and you've been sending them value and you've been staying on top of them and just being a resource for them, you're going to be their trusted go-to. Because what you need to understand is almost every single person who's looking at real estate or looking to sell real estate is on multiple websites and getting called and prospected by multiple agents. And you just kind of have this effect where you're starting to get a lot of business. Now, 24 months plus is what I call the snowball effect. This is where you might have closed a deal a year and a half ago. Maybe they decided they wanted to sell, so you're getting repeat business. Maybe you're starting to get referrals from older leads. And this is where it starts to just snowball on top of itself. And why I always phrase to people, this is a long game. And how I want to describe this to you is look at this image right here. So I spoke to an agent who actually was doing Google Ads in 2018. And last year, he went into his database and he had only about 150 leads, but he self-admittedly gave up on them after like 2 or 3 months. He admitted to me, he's like, dude, I went crazy and I put every single person's name and information into MLS, and I found something really interesting. After 4 years, 55% of them had actually transacted real estate, and the average price point was $1 million. He's like, I missed out because I gave up. I didn't stay on top of them. I didn't follow up. And that's why it fell apart. And that's what a lot of agents actually need, is a good structure and system to work within. So it's not too overbearing. You just have dedicated prospecting hours every single day. And if you're not doing this, you need to follow up with leads. It doesn't matter where you generate them. If you generate them from open houses, generate them from in-person events, online, Zillow, whatever, you need to have conversion systems and processes. And the theory goes like this: personalize your sales, but automate your operations. That's what we help our clients do at Agent Launch, is build lead generation conversion systems they own and control, where you can personalize so you can stand out amongst the crowd. Because most agents today are over automating, and they're just sending automated email drips, automated text, automated everything. And people can see right through that. We're seeing a shift in the market that if you want to convert online leads, or any type of leads, you need to personalize your outreach. Be a human. People want to talk to a human. Don't be a robot. Nobody wants your AI created drip campaigns that are just going to send them random emails asking questions over the course of 2 years because you're too lazy to do the work. So the question is, how long does it take to convert online leads? Well, if you get into this world, say you work with Agent Launch, and if you want to do that, by the way, you can book a call with us down below. Or if you want to learn how to do it yourself, there's a link down below to join our free community where we will actually teach you how to generate your own leads with Google, set up systems that we've proven to work, learn YouTube. I have a full YouTube course in there. Join our community. We'd be more than happy to have you. All you got to do is prove you're an agent. But if you get into online lead generation and you want to start generating leads, understand that you're going to get sometimes a lead who's like rearing to go right out of the gate. We just had a guy sign up in New York, and 3 weeks in, he pretty much had a deal done. It can happen, but that's not the expectation I set, because sometimes it's a bit of the luck of the draw. Like, you can get a really hot lead right out of the gate who's just like an investor, sees a property, they happen to be on your website, they call you, like, let's get this deal done. It's happened, right? Sometimes it can take a few months, but the point is it's a game of averages, and you have to average it out over the course of years. That's the time horizon you need to be looking at. If you're not looking at your lead generation in the lens of 12 to 36 months, you're not looking at it correctly. Leads are people, and people are unpredictable. So although I do not have a magic 8-ball that's going to tell me when someone is going to buy or sell a home, I do have averages, because at Agent Launch, we have well over 150 clients and we've teed up well over 1,000 transactions over the last 3 years. So I can share some information with you that's going to change your perspective on how you should look at online lead generation and where the real money is made. Some of our clients do 30 to 100 deals online every single year, but they've been at it for a while. Some of our clients are just getting to their first few deals and they're just getting started. So it really depends where you're at in that journey. So our core program at Agent Launch is 12 months where we build and refine these systems with you, both the lead generation and the conversion side, and how to leverage video to create an omnipresent farming strategy, both online and in person. That's what you need to do, is be a name brand in your local area, have a presence online. That's how you're going to increase your averages. But it is a game of averages, and nobody has a crystal ball that can tell them when any given lead is going to close. If you're one of the agents that's looking for a quick fix solution and you don't stick to or commit to anything, I hope this has changed your perspective a little bit, because this is a long game. And trust me, we have clients who've been with us for years, and it's the ones that really stick it out are the ones that are getting the biggest wins from it. Anyways, join our community, guys. If you want to talk about having us actually do this for you in our community, you can learn how to do it yourself, a lot of it anyway. If you want to learn our full program and how we do this for you, you can book a call. Both links in the description. Leave a comment if you have questions about this, guys. I get this question all the time, so I'm happy to answer, and I will see you guys in the next video. Make sure you subscribe.